Hi, everybody. It's Chaya Parkoff, licensed clinical social worker, and this is ParshaRx, mental health prescriptions from the weekly Torah portion. This week's Parsha is Parshat Beshalach, and it is filled with moments of struggle and redemption, uncertainty and celebration, fear and miracles. It is a Parsha that teaches us what it means to hold on to hope even when the journey is not complete. One of the most powerful symbols of hope in this Parsha is Miriam's timbrels, her tambourines. After witnessing the greatest miracle in history, the splitting of the sea, the men led by Moshe burst into song, Shirat Hayam, the song of the sea. But then something remarkable happens. It says in the Torah, Miriam the prophetess, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and dances. The Medrash Mechilta asks a question, which you're probably thinking too. Where did the women get timbrels? How did they have tambourines with them? They were just slaves in Egypt. The answer is absolutely profound and really a prescription for mental health. Because the righteous women of that generation were certain that Hashem would perform miracles for them, and they prepared timbrels while still in Egypt. This is not just faith. It is hope in action. The women didn't just believe in redemption, they prepared for redemption. Even in their darkest moments in Egypt, they made instruments, knowing that one day they would sing and dance with them. This past Shabbat, Parshat Bo, as we read about Yetziat Mitzrayim, we witnessed a modern glimpse of redemption with the release of Keith Siegel, Ofer Calderon, and Yarden Bibas after 15 months of horrific captivity in Gaza. But like the story of Yetziat Mitzrayim, this redemption is painfully incomplete. Yarden Bibas still does not know if his wife Shiri and their two little sons, Ariel and Kfir, are alive or dead. We're all painfully waiting. How does a father rejoice when his heart is still torn apart? How do we celebrate while others are still suffering? Miriam and the women give us the answer. We dance. We dance even when redemption is incomplete. We hold on to hope even when the pain is unbearable. Just as Miriam packed her timbrels while still enslaved, the families of the hostages have never stopped believing in the return of their loved ones. Their faith reminds us that even when redemption is not yet complete, we do not stop hoping. We do not stop praying, and we do not stop preparing for the day when we can all dance together again. I want to share a personal story. There was a time not so long ago in my life when I felt completely trapped in Egypt. I was experiencing a setback in my eating disorder recovery, and I became extremely thin and quite weak. And I lost 10% bone mass in 2 years. And I was terrified because I now had to gain weight. I was terrified of what was going to happen to me. What was I going to look like? And no matter what I did, I couldn't get out. I fought. I tried everything I knew. I worked. I prayed. I hoped. I did some amazing brain spotting therapy, which helped so much. But I was still stuck. I was up against the proverbial wall with nowhere to turn but to Hashem. And then when I least expected it, the redemption came. Not in the way I imagined, not in some dramatic external change. It came in a shift inside me. Something shifted within me, and suddenly everything looked different. The Egypt that had seemed so inescapable wasn't holding me anymore. And I have a video that I talk about this story more in depth that I'll link to this video. This is how redemption comes. We keep moving forward. We keep praying. We keep believing. And then, Ke'eref Ayin, in the blink of an eye, at the right moment, Hashem splits the sea. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory wrote that hope is one of the greatest contributions of Judaism to the world. Judaism is the voice of hope in the conversation of humankind. Rabbi Sacks explained that hope is different from optimism. Optimism is the belief that things will get better. Hope is the determination to make things better. Miriam's song was not just optimism, it was hope. The families of the hostages are not just optimistic, they are hopeful, as we all are. Am Yisrael has never just waited for redemption. We have always worked for it, and we continue to do so. Miriam and the women didn't wait until everything was perfect to dance. They danced before they reached the promised land, before their full redemption was realized. So too today, we celebrate the hostages who have come home. We cry for those who are still in captivity. We hold on to hope that every missing soul will return, because hope is what has carried our people through every exile, every suffering, every heartbreak. Hope is why we still sing, why we still dance, and we still pray for redemption. Hope is why we never give up. We never give up as a people, and we can never give up personally. I actually have a tambourine with me right now. I keep it here as my own sign of hope, my own reminder that redemption is coming for me personally and for us as a people and for the world, even if I don't know when or how. Miriam's timbrels remind us that no matter how dark the night, there is always a song waiting to be sung. And may we soon see the day when all the captives return home, when all pain turns to song, and when we all dance together once again. Shabbat Shalom.